Good evening, everyone. Welcome to O.C.C. Scrims. I am your host tonight, Tamano, and I'm joined here by my analyst, Juke.
Great to be here again. Had a lot of fun last week and can't wait to see some more O.C.C. Scrim action.
Yeah, I've been away for a few weeks, had a lot of stuff going on, but I'm really glad to be back and watching AYAYA and Aether butt heads tonight in the Platinum Division Scrims tonight. Sorry about the little delay. We were having some stream issues, but we are here and ready to get to going. We are going to see. Go ahead and get right into our first map tonight is going to be Ilios. So once the captains Triax gets the okay from the captains, we'll be going into there shortly. But let's talk about Juke. What do you think you could see from this first map coming from these two teams?
So AYAYA, looking at the standings, is 2-0, only having lost one map. Aether is the opposite. They have only won one map. So obviously Aether is going to be looking to make a recovery here. Yeah, Ilios is definitely an interesting map, especially with the new developing meta. I feel like just about anything can happen on Well, on Lighthouse. Just the possibility for environmental kills is so high that at any point you could just lose 2 or 3 members of your team if you're not careful.
Yeah, definitely. And since the new meta has been rolling around, we are not putting Sigma in until the midseason break, and then but we still are seeing a lot of the teams still play the 2-2 roll block meta, because it has made its way into comp, and we're trying to figure that out. Sorry, I'm distracted for a sec. But we are seeing a lot of teams. Obviously, in the past we've seen a lot of goats, but now we're seeing those 2-2 and seeing a lot more interesting things come out of these teams and providing the more interesting games here. So we are now entering in Ilios here after a few settings corrections. Let's see what this first map is going to be. It looks like we are going to be on Well, which is Boop Central here for these teams as we get. Well, I was waiting for players while we wait for the match to officially start. The teams are just messing around now. So on Well, what do you like to see here? We normally see obviously the Faras come out. But with this new meta, like you're talking about, what do you think we could see any changes here, or the standard Orisa Hog and all that other fun stuff?
I feel like it's almost mandatory to have an Orisa on this point. You just need something that's capable of holding the point, because if they have an Orisa and you don't, they're just going to kind of stand there and say, well, if you don't put a toe on the point, we're going to take it. So dive is kind of hard to do. Rhine Zarya, the boot potential is just too high to get knocked into the well right in the middle there. So yeah, definitely Rhine Zarya. As far as the rest of the team, the possibilities are very high. You could run Lucio, Ana on support. You could have the Mercy. I've seen Zen, Baptiste, just about anything on the support line. And then DPS, you generally want something with good range. So Pharah, Widow, May. Lots of possibilities from both teams, but it looks like we're seeing more of the Owl style coming out from Aether, running the May Reaper.
Yeah, definitely. May Reaper has been making its way into comp recently, and as we get the first point, but I am very interested. I've not seen them play on Well, but as we do have Aether going in, taking that first step on the point with the May wall coming out from Pika to try to get that little break into get Aether onto the point. As Ruby gets that hooked, and then Obi taking Night Knight out from that as they are playing around. Snake Monkey trying to get that res on Night Knight, getting it off successfully. Pika getting a pick off of Sips T as they are playing at the point. Rubiclus attempting a hook but failing from that Fortify as the wall comes out again from Pika as it forces Aya to again there take the point, forcing Aya to back off. Akame getting a pick on Xerox, and then Obi just doing work, taking out both Dank Monkey and McBean being on the supports as this forcing Aether to regroup and AYAYA to regroup.
Yeah, it looks like I was having trouble dealing with Obi-Wan in the back lines there. He just sort of teleported behind on the Reaper, was causing a lot of havoc. And especially after losing Night Knight on the Orisa, they didn't really recover. So it looks like they're making a few swaps on AYAYA, coming back out with a Farah, Baptiste, and McCree to see what they can do.
Definitely interested to see. I was about to say Dank Monkey switching off switching off the Mercy to Baptiste, and then back to the Mercy as Xerox goes onto the Pharah, trying to do some fight damage, knowing that they're running that May Pharah or Ray Reaper, not having that range. But as the May ult comes out from Pika, looking to get some picks, Obi's going to pick out Dank Monkey, and Okemi taking out Night Knight, but Xerox is going to get a pick on Pika as Rubiklis takes out 60, and then forcing Aether to once again back up as Rubiklis hits the final hook and kill on Eternal as McBean does the hard reset there.
Yeah, it looks like they just had the ultimate advantage using that Blizzard, which is so impactful. But they are swapping off of the May for Aether, running the Widow now to deal with Xerox on the Farah. And 65% in favor of Aether, just looking to hold the point and stall things out.
Is as we do get Xerox is attempting to get more put it to Rubiklis, trying to deal with Xerox as they're doing this. Sipsy is going to get the pull and sinker on Yixi there, as they are taking a more corner approach here as Sipsy is, and the Death Lesson comes out from Obi, not able to pick off two, both Night Knight and McBean, and then Eternal 3. Big Monkey is going to get that res on McBean, but then Sipsy is going to get taken out by Okemi, still forcing Aether, not really having much push, or AYAYA. Sorry, excuse me. AYAYA forcing them to back off again, and then as Aether then goes in, McBean and Dank Monkey are trying to stall two supports, not able to do it. Pika able to pick off Dank Monkey as McBean's there, just trying to stall as much as he can, wait for the rest of the team. Ronan is going to take out McBean as the bongos do come out, and that will be the first point taken to Aether.
Yeah, huge plays coming out from Obi-Wan. He was basically doing it all himself in the backlines there. Nobody from AYAYA was able to deal with him. Pops the Death Blossom, nothing to stop him, and he just kind of cleans up the team. And AYAYA was not able to recover and make another push there. So clean win for Aether.
Most definitely. As we get now to Ruins, where we see a lot more Widow come out, as Pika is on switching back to the May, as Obi will now take the Widow. And Xerox staying on that far as Eternal switches to the Doomfist, and then Xerox now switching to Sombra, as we could really see some really interesting out as they are now released here in 5 seconds.
Yeah, so it looks like Aether is going to be running Obi-Wan on the Widow as well as Pika on May. So looking for a little bit more range, but AYAYA going to be getting up close with this Ball and Hackfist, Doomfist, Sombra combo, trying to get in and really cause a lot of havoc in the backlines. Will be hard to do against the bunker, but we'll see how they're able to pull it off.
Yeah, so we see Night Knight go in, trying to get some ult charge from knocking him up. Eternal just trying to wreck and habit, as it looks like AYAYA do have first board control, but Eternal is going to get a pick on running, which is a huge pick. That's one of their supports, as it looks like AYAYA is starting to take their first capture onto the point. But Pika trying to get picked. Ruby Cliffs is going to fall off the map as Xerox does take out Hack and take out Obi. And then Eternal pushing in, as it looks like AYAYA is making a strong first push here as they are cap, and the percentage now starts to climb as they push closer in the choke.
Yeah, Pika doing a good job freezing anything that's getting into their backlines, but there's just too many targets here with the Sombra, the Fist, the Ball. Too much to deal with all at once, and in the chaos, AYAYA is able to take the point first.
Obi is going to get that quick takeout of Sipsy's mech, but not enough. As you see AYAYA starting to back up into the point, trying to play a little safe. Eternal looking to try to get picks, charging his ult. Now it's at 70%. McBean is going to get a pick off of Obi, which is going to be huge at the first quick push in that 5v6. Again.
Yeah, lucky that they're able to stall long enough for Sipsky to get back into the mech. Pika coming up on this Blizzard could be big if he's able to throw it in and it doesn't get eaten.
We got the wall coming out from Pika, as you still see Night Knight trying to get in there and get his ult charge up, which is now at 94%. The hack is going to go on Eternal, as Obi is going to take out Eternal there. Huge hack there as the Kamehameha comes out from McBean, and the freeze comes out from Pika, which could be huge here. Big Blizzard, yes, it is able to get out Night Knight and Sipsy, freezing him in place. Sipsy out of mech, now being taken out as Aether starts to push in on the point. Only two supports left on the point, not much they can do here, just but stall more as they can. McBean is hacked and taken out there. And Eternal looking to stall a little bit more, trying to get in there as he then is frozen and taken out. And good effort. Now we have point possession swaps over with AYAYA 8% and Aether 3% and climbing.
Yeah, so it looks like both teams coming up on a lot of ultimates here. Everything but the Blizzard coming up for Aether. AYAYA has the Sombra EMP available, so it's just going to be a question of which Sombra is able to get it off first. If Xerox can shut down Obi-Wan and get some other targets in the mix here. But it looks like Xerox hits it first.
All right, that is going to be 2 picks out there. CFC is going to be able to take out Ronan as Eternal does finish off Okemi as Aether does make some huge picks here to try to hold. As Aether, Pika is going to take out Xerox. McBean is going to take out Rubik here as there's a big battle on the point. The wall's coming out trying to do as much damage, but Eternal is going to take out Pika here as AYAYA is coming back and taking the point. 81% and climbing. We're getting close to that dreaded 40 pay part as Night Knight is going in trying to get some push forth in the back.
Yeah, all those ultimates didn't really account for much because Xerox was able to get his EMP first, shut down the ultimates. Aether coming back with a lot though, so let's see what they're able to use.
All right, as Aether is going to make a final push. The binds come out from Night Knight. It's going to be able to take out Ronan Life, and McBean is taking out Obi as the Doom Eternal coming out with the thing. I forgot its ultimate for a second. Meteor Strike as the bongos come out. Beat comes out from Dang Monkey, and then it looks like AYAYA is going to take the second point, getting a team kill and put it onto map 3.
Yeah, big kills there. They were able to shut down Obi-Wan as he was in the middle of the EMP. If he gets that off, it's a totally different fight, but good job from AYAYA to shut him down and take the point to even it up.
So, Miss Catatonics mentioned in the stream, though, I don't know. I know my mic quality is not the best, but I don't know what else there is. We're kind of like rambunctioning this stream, but as we go on to the final well, which is Lighthouse, we are seeing a little peak switching now to the Pharah as Xerox goes back to the Pharah as well. So we can see a little Pharah battles on these inside fights. Eternal getting back to his doom as they are now released.
Yeah, AYAYA sticking on this kind of disruptive dive style. Aether still staying on the bunker. They definitely struggled last time despite having the Mei to deal with anybody getting into their back lines. There's just too many threats. We'll see if they're able to deal with it a bit better now.
Yeah, we are going to see both Pharah Mercies coming out from both AYAYA and Aether as they part of Okemi is going to get a DMAC on C as Xerox does take out Yixi, which that means Pika does no longer have this Mercy pocket, but Okemi is going to take out Eternal though as the battle takes on the point. No one claiming and ticking yet, but AYAYA or Aether is going to start claiming, or no, Aether, that is Aether. Sipsy trying to contest Ruby, Dank Monkey. I'm going to take out Dank Monkey as Sipsy. It's like really back and forth here. Zox is going to take out Ronan Life as it does still contest battle on the point. Pika just raining in damage, but it does look like AYAYA might take this point here. Yes. No, not AYAYA, Aether. My apologies. My colors are messed up. I will be fixing that after this. Obi-Wan is going to take out Night Knight as Pika is staying on this guy, trying to force AYAYA back, as you have both Eternal and McBean on the high ground after he switched to the Ath. Although it does look like Aether is going to have to... AYAYA is going to have to regroup here.
Yeah, it looks like there Obi-Wan was able to do a much better job shutting down these diving heroes coming in from AYAYA, really support his backline. There were good individual plays coming out from AYAYA, but I think just the hero matchup, it's going to be really hard to continue playing into this Mei.
Yeah, most definitely. As the Forest take to the sky, Pika getting a quick pick off of Xerox as he did not have his Mercy with him. Obi's going to get that pick on Eternal as the res comes out onto Xerox. But Dang Monkey is going to be taken out by Pika as Aether is still forcing AYAYA to back up and regroup once again as they now 50% and climbing for AYAYA as the Yixi is going to get that revive on Pika. Quick spawn there.
Yeah, and critically, Aether able to hold on to a lot of ultimates here. Only the mines coming up for AYAYA, so they're definitely going to be in trouble here as they're down 60 to 0%, and it's hard to push into this bunker to retake.
Yeah, definitely. As we do have Xerox getting the higher ground on Pika, able to take him out, which could be easier, but Obi-Wan is going to take out McBean, which needs one support down, and Obi is going to come out with the Blizzard, which could be huge here for the final stall, as it is going to freeze Night Knight, and then the barrage comes out from Xerox, but not able to do much there. Eternal is going to get that pick on Rubiglyph, but is going to be quickly taken out by Okemi as 86 and climbing. Not a lot of regroups left, not a lot of ults for AYAYA either. So, like you said, their ult economy is doing really well, and its bongos do come out from Okemi as
Pika looking for the barrage.
able to pick off Xerox, which is still huge here. Akemi taking out Night Knight. Not a lot of much here as the overtime ticks away, and it looks like Aether is going to be taking Ilios and taking the first point here tonight.
Yeah, that felt like a compositional win for Aether to me. I feel like AYAYA was doing a good job in the individual battles, but they weren't able to deal with the Mei when they were trying to dive in. And here we see the play of the game from Obi-Wan as he just kind of moves into the back line. They miss their stuns, and he's able to clean everything up.
Yeah, they definitely, that was a pretty ballsy, I do gotta say a ballsy Death Blossom with both the McCree, the Hog there. That's 2 stuns already, but he was still able to make it work. But as we then, really well done there. There's still a lot of game left to play tonight. As then we will see what map we are going at next.
Yeah, Aether able to take that first game. Really looking strong as they take only their second map of the season so far. And AYAYA, again, have only lost one. So, on paper, a bit of a mismatch, but I definitely think Aether had the better compositions. They had good teamwork, able to make it happen there on Ilios.
Yeah, Okemi making a lot of great work on his tank well as too. Being able to do that main take Orisa well, making space. But as we are going to be moving on to our second map here shortly, which will be my least favorite map, Paris.
Yeah, Paris is definitely a interesting map. It feels so difficult to get these caps just because you're so far away. Both first point and second point. A lot of good positions for a bunker to set up, including with the bastion. I feel like, especially in the platinum division, it might be harder for these teams to really coordinate and take down a good bastion setup, especially with a Baptiste immortality field set up behind him. So we'll see what AYAYA is able to do to try and recover heading into map 2.
Yeah, we'll be on the attack first as we waiting. Aether's having a little I think they're doing.
When asked ready, we saw no, 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 and no. So seems like there might be a little bit of a delay heading into map 2. We'll keep you updated. But yeah, I'm really interested to see. So one of the reasons I like watching platinum games, they're high enough. I think when you're in gold, there's not quite the teamwork element yet. Once you get to diamond, you really start to get very organized on your attacks. But Platinum is at that level where they kind of work together, but there's a lot of things that are missing, so it just turns into chaos. And I feel
Yeah.
like chaos in Paris can be really entertaining.
Yeah, most definitely. And platinums are like, sometimes you like to see those off meta strats are born, and then they work their way up into the GM levels after they've developed in platinum. I mean, I've seen some of that too. But anyway, we do have 30 seconds as we do go into Paris. We are going to be seeing what is revealed here shortly as they have 30 seconds to pick our heroes. But like you said, we are probably expecting to see those the Bastion bunker comp come out here from Aether on the defense. But I don't know. They could surprise us, but we won't find out for another 18 seconds.
Yeah, I feel like this is a map where the supports can really come to shine. Ana, Baptiste can be critical on these maps. So expecting to see good things out of McBean Bean. He was great subbing in for, I believe it was the Monarchs last week as they played the Breakers. Hitting lots of clutch sleeps, clutch nades, especially with the high ground on the defense that can come into play. But it looks like, at least for now, they're setting up with another one of these very aggressive dive comps for AYAYA and another bunker for Aether. Keep in mind, a lot of the times the attack does troll the casters and swap at the last second, but we'll see
Yeah,
if it
but
is worth it.
that's generally when you see the attack Bastion. I don't know if Eternals does do some really work on his Doomfist. I don't know if he's going to keep that because a lot of time they do expect that Bastion, but we are going to see Obi-Wan on that Mei and Pika running a Hanzo here. So definitely a different bunker cop. They're keeping the same tanks and similar supports, but switching up that DPS here could be really interesting to watch.
Yeah,
Um,
and
and
they are
and
not 2-2-2 locked, but most of the teams are running 2-2-2. Just as a matter of practice, they know it's coming any second now. So
as
both teams are running 2-2-2 comps.
Yeah, as we have Night Knight going around in the back line, trying to get those further cap, trying to force Aether to turn around, but it's going to be forced to retreat back to this team. As AYAYA trying to address what combo situation, Night Knight is going to go breaking in, drive there, but it's going to get easily hooked and taken out by Pika. As Sipsy it looks like AYAYA is going to be taking the right approach with Sipsy and Aether, trying to do a little split here as Xerox trying to play some high ground picks, knowing that they don't really have that long range except for Pika Eternal trying to get some just kind of trying to discombobulate and break up the bunker comp, but not being too successful. Eternal is going to take it and boot Rubigus off the high ground as he's going to quickly recover, though. McBeamian is going to get a good pick on Pika there, as it looks like AYAYA is starting to make their push. The Immortality Field does come out from Yixi, though, and Okemi and Obi-Wan is going to able to take up Xerox and Zangflunky. Kind of maybe forced here AYAYA to go back as another hook. You got Eternal, Night Knight trying to force him off the high ground, which he is successful. Eternal in going to break him, knocking him up as it looks like the point starts to contest. Sipsy is going to take out Rubius Go and McBean with Obi. As they are going to get knocked around the point. Immortality does come out again to get it, but the Meteor Strike comes out from Eternal, making quick use and quick of that ult, able to take out that Immortality Field. Ronin's is going to come out with Trance, which could be the saving grace here to allow for the stage of Barrage coming out from Xerox, able to pick off both 60 and Pika, which is going to be the huge pick, speeding a triple pick, and it is going to be AYAYA's first point.
Yeah, I feel like the Doomfist is going to have some problems attacking on first point there. It can be kind of hard to get up onto the high ground. But Aether just kind of let him stick around, keep staging, keep grinding out the fight. They weren't really able to move around and punish as some of AYAYA were staying pretty close. They got the respawns coming in. Good heals from McBean was able to keep his team alive, and they're able to get it on kind of the second phase of their push there and get onto the second part of Paris.
Yeah, and we are going to be studying the 2-2-2 Rolock and Sigma meta after mid-season, our mid-season break. This will be our official release time for both Sigma. And as the mines now come out from Night Knight, as AYAYA is making a push and the bombs come out, but is only going to take out the Immortality Field. But it is going to get a pick on 60, as AYAYA making a very aggressive push in on the point. Rubius is trying to stall his can using his take it through, but is gonna get take out by Xerox. Night Knight gets a pick on Ronin. AYAYA making a very aggressive push. It's gonna make a near team wipe there on AYAYA, as now they're switching to stall comp, trying to do everything they can to stall it, but it is gonna look like Okemi coming out on the ball, trying to do more. Coming out with Amplification Matrix from Yixi, but not going to be at a lot of setup there. Xerox is going to get a pick on Running Knight as the Rubius coming out with his ult, full hog, able to kind of spread him up, but not able to do much. Obi is going to get that pick on Take Money, which would be huge so they can have the support.
Yeah, so Obi-Wan used his Blizzard a little aggressively there. Not able to use the Blizzard right on the point, so giving up a lot of percentage here. So just going into stall time now for AYAYA, and it looks like the respawns coming in from Aether probably going to be able to clean it up.
All right, and we are going to see the Meteor Strike come out from Eternal here. They are looking to still stall, but Reds is coming out from McBean as they get another support. It's still this constant battle here. Rubius is going to get that pick on Eternal as Ronin is now sleeping, and then Pika is going to pick. So it looks like Aether is going to do a successful hold after AYAYA is able to get 2 ticks and now cleaning it up here.
Yeah, once again, AYAYA kind of able to get a second phase of their attack going because the attack lasted so long. They had very fast reinforced heroes, but just not quite able to beat the respawns of Aether coming in on the defense. If you're not able to clean up everybody at once on these attacks, it just tends to drag out. But they do get 79%, so Aether in a lot of trouble now heading into this defense.
As the mines are now going to come out from Night Knight and able to take out Ronin, but the Immortality Field comes out for you, same as most of the rest of the team. The Barrage comes out from Xerox, which is going to be AYAYA's first pick. Okami is going to take out Xerox, but it's going to be quickly taken out by Night Knight. As he goes into AYAYA making a strong push, Okami is going to get the mines and able to take out 60, but Eternal is going to get another pick on Otemi, as it looks like it is going to be another AYAYA fight. But with 1 tick to go, this could be the make it or break it point as the Immortality Field comes out, trying to keep this stalling team alive, as Aether makes their way back into the point. But this is, I just seen AYAYA after AYAYA. Pika is going to get that huge pulse bomb off of McBean as Meteor Strike is going to come out from Eternal, looking to clear this up. As Okami just trying to spin it to win it here, as it looks like Aether might be able to reconnect this, but it is not. There's more picks coming on. Yeah, Nerf Bomb's going to be coming out from Sipsty, not able to get that much, but they are going to force them off the point and being able to take that third tick with 1 minute and 48 seconds remaining on their time bank.
Yeah, so I feel like Aether really should have swapped off the stall heroes there. They had a little bit of a break where they could have gone back into a regular composition, but they opted to stay on the heroes they had for the ultimate charge. Not sure that was quite the best decision. Doesn't work out, and AYAYA able to take it with 1:48 left on the clock. A pretty good time after the time change a few patches ago. So you only get 3 minutes now heading into the second point. But we'll see how they're able to respond as the teams switch sides.
Yep, we do have 13 seconds left as we see, well, as it'll be Aether now on the attack, trying to either get a better time bank to force, as AYAYA is going to try to hold them here. 2 seconds after hero reveals, as we are going to see Obi and Pika going switching to the ball, playing a little tank this time as O.C.C and Obi-Wan come out on the Shimada brother combo, as it looks like Aether is going to be going a dive comp here on the attack.
Yeah, so it's going to be interesting to see how Aether tries to break this bunker Bastion May. It's going to be very hard to dive into it, but dive is what they are lined up on right now. So we'll see if AYAYA is able to protect El Presidente in Eternal on the Bastion. Also interested to see where they set up. Going for, yeah, they're going to be setting up in Le Bon Affair. This is where I believe the gladiators and the fuel play sometimes, so it can be very hard to get kills in this tiny little room once the lamp is set up from Baptiste. And let's see if Aether swaps compositions, if they choose to go right into this, or maybe pressure the point.
As you see Pika doing a little scout and seeing their set up on the left side, trying to go around the other way. Let his team know so they can be more careful, as they are going to be playing it careful. Pika is going to rotate around point, but Xerox is there on the point trying to force him back. As they are, you see Aether going to be taking that right hand approach onto the point. McBean is going to get that pick on Pika with forcing the 5v6 on Aether's put. Xerox is going to be stalling, as you do have the rotation, as now AYAYA is going to be starting to rotate as Aether starts to make their way onto the point.
Oh, big anti coming in from Yixi.
Huge, but Xerox, the immortality field's keeping up AYAYA and Eternal as they are trying to do much. Pika is going to take out that immortality field, but not after Pika getting a huge pick on Night Knight, no main tank. Dink Monkey is going to get that rest though, and then forcing Aether to then back up, as Xerox is going to take out Obi and forcing the reset.
Yeah, so not able to get any percentage there from Aether, but they are getting closer to the Blade. They're getting closer to the Dragons from O.C.C on the Hanzo. So the ultimates are kind of what you need here to break this up. Hopefully they're able to get it in one more push, but this is time getting burned off by AYAYA.
Yeah, and definitely you got to watch that immortality fields by McBean. They got to really watch out for the lamp, as they are going to try another right, as both Obi and O.C.C are doing that. But the Dragons do come out from O.C.C, but the immortality field is going to keep Eternal alive, as they are making a push. Pika is going to get that pick on a Bastion. The freeze does come out though from Xerox, though, trying to keep them as that fight went in. Looks like it's gonna force AYAYA Aether once again to regroup, as what could have been near close push turned out to be stopped rather quickly with that well-placed immortality field from.
Yeah, I would have liked to see Aether hold on to the Dragon Strike there and use more ultimates at once, but they are still coming up on the Dragon Blade, the Nano, and Primal to kind of push people around, hopefully push them out of the Immortality field from AYAYA. See if they're able to get anybody split up, as they are having a lot of trouble again diving directly into this very strong bunker composition coming out from AYAYA.
As we are going to see them take the high ground on the point now, as Eternal is going to be setting up and just raining down damage. Obi-Wan trying to take the left side, who has that Dragon Strike ready, looking to try to get a good pick, but as Xerox is going to contest them and freeze, Deflect coming out, and the Nano comes out as we see the Blade coming out, but is it going to be enough? He's going to miss his dash to stay at a low ground. Yixi is going to get that pick on Eternal though, but the res is coming out. So not a really good useful Blade there, but and as we see the amplification makes come out from McBean, and as they contest the high ground, that bomb is coming out from Sipsy though, trying to get some, no, from Pika, my bad. And it's going to take out Eternal once again, but not, Dank Monkey is going to fall. But it does still look like AYAYA is doing really strong here on this hold.
Yeah,
Not
a good job there from Xerox, kind of recognizing that the threat there is the Nano Blade from Obi-Wan, just sticking on him, keeping the cryogenic blaster on him, slowing him down. When they finally use the Nano Blade, Obi-Wan isn't even able to get into the bunker proper. He just kind of falls under it, and the whole ultimate is negated. So great job from Xerox recognizing the threat.
as we are coming up on this final push, they are going to be taking the right side, but then they're going to drop middle and go main. The beat does come out from Ronin and Dragons as well, trying to do something, but the, Xerox is going to come out with the freeze, trying to stall them. There is only going to get Okemi in the freeze, but that is a huge pick there, as it looks like AYAYA is going to do a huge hold there, only able to take out both Mortality, as then O.C.C is coming out with the whole hog, and McBeanby not able to get really close there and try to contest, but not able to do it, as AYAYA now takes their point tonight, as we are now tied in the series 1-1.
Yeah, again, I feel like Aether really should have banked up their ultimates a bit more, used more at once to break through the bunker or to swap off. I would have been totally fine seeing a bunker of their own, pushing in slowly, you know, just being patient, seeing what they can get done. But I feel like diving into this very defensive bunker coming out from AYAYA is just asking a little too much for the composition they had.
Yeah. And to answer Kazume's question about how you pronounce AYAYA, it is AYAYA. You normally want to do it with a higher pitch voice, but my voice is dying tonight, so I can't really do the higher pitch. Amara already yelled at me at the beginning of the stream in my Discord DMs about pronouncing it right, so I do apologize to you, Amara. But we are going to be going into our halftime break. Perfect time to get a drink, sip of water if you're old enough to drink. Get yourself a nice cold one. And as we are going to let our team rest and go into our halftimes here. Do you have anything before we go on break, Juke?
I apologize for our pronunciation of AYAYA. We're doing our best, but we are not native Weeb speakers.
Oh,
we do
that's a
respect
lie.
your culture very much. But yeah, stick with us as we come back from halftime in just a few minutes.
Devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand on the trigger. The devil in a red dress, call 911, I'm a killer. You know I hate to confess. Bang bang, got my hand, call
Welcome back from halftime. Has enjoyed it. Give my voice a little break. How was your break, Juki?
Had a great time. What a fantastic break. But I'm looking forward to King's Row between Aether and AYAYA. I've been pretty happy with the performance from both teams. I was expecting maybe a little more one-sided, seeing Aether had only won one map this season so far, but they've been doing a good job. I just think they need to adjust their compositions a little bit, and they'll be fine.
Yep. As we are getting the okays from both captains, we will be moving on to Kings Row, which is still it's actually one of my personal favorites. We go from one of my least favorites to one of my most favorites, as we now are loading in one-sided window. Yeah, it's not elf. It's not one-sided. Um, on paper it should have been one-sided, but tonight they are putting in some really good fights. So I am really excited to see. I don't believe. Correct me if I'm wrong. I don't believe Aether and AYAYA has battled this season against her. That's why it could be where they are now. And plus, we are starting to get spring practice pronunciation. AYAYA! There you go. Are you happy?
Oh no, they're making us do it.
They're making us do it. As we are getting on 9 seconds into there. But yes.
Yeah,
We are good.
and I'm interested to see. So if there is no 2-2-2 lock, do we see one last ride from either of these teams running the goats? Not so far, but it would be nice to see a little goat send off. I think it's definitely still viable even against this pretty hard to beat sort of May Reaper bunker composition. But it looks like on the defense, they'll be running the Mei Hanzo, electing for a little more shield break, a little more versatility. We'll see what AYAYA does on the offense to respond.
I mean, who knows? Maybe in the future we might do like a like Royals match, or not a match. What do you call it? Like a All Stars match, where we could go back into the old like versions of Overwatch and scrim on those. But we are going to see the wall come off from Pika taking us, trying to do a little stall there on the first post as Aether. AYAYA is going to start to push in. The pull coming out from Okemi and the hook. Some little pulling grab. Rubius is going to take out Xerox, and Obi-Wan's going to take out 60. As you see Eternal trying to get some picks off, not able to do much as they're forcing AYAYA to back up once again to regroup there, as it is 2 picks.
Yeah, AYAYA definitely down in the shield break war, electing for the Widow, and they will be swapping Eternal over to Mei now, hoping to get some more picks, separations with that wall on the attack.
As we see, Xerox is going to start taking the high ground, trying to get some picks, and they pull and grab, but not able to do much there. But I are going to be forcing Aether to kind of back up and play around Hotel, as they are doing the more aggressive pose. AYAYA is going to put up the walls, is coming out by Pika, as the Sonic Arrow is still coming out from Xerox, or Obi-Wan. McBeamy is going to get that anti-name pick on Ronin, as that is going to be huge here for AYAYA's push. That hook on Pika, but not able to get the finish off. Pika trying to do Root Fist is going to take out Eternal here as the lamp comes out from... Dang.
Yeah, a fantastic nade there, and Xerox really troubling the back line, separating the team. Not able to get any picks, as looks like Aether might be able to hold this one out.
All right, as we do have 60 getting that hook on Rubius, but is going to be nano boosted by McBeam to stay alive, and going to be looking like the recapture from AYAYA here, or from Aether here. Obi going to use the Dragon, which I don't feel was too necessary, as all we have is the tornado on the point with the Mei, as they now forcing AYAYA to reset once again.
Yeah, I feel like they're going to want that Dragon Strike back. Yixi using the nano on Ruby. Ruby just kind of runs in on the hog past the shields. He's able to clean up. And lots of ultimates coming up on both teams. A great pull hook, but they respond with the Zen Trance. We'll see if they're able to stabilize as the window comes out from AYAYA.
Yep, as we do see AYAYA coming out with a lot of ults. He had both the nano bongos and whole hog come out, and amplification mode is going to be completely stopped and frozen by Pika, forcing the place, but not a lot of follow-up there as the player was forced back. And then you're going to have Eternal come out with the counter Blizzard, which is doing huge work here, as you got Night not getting 3 picks here. Going to be looking like to secure this point for AYAYA here.
Yeah, I think when the Orisa starts getting kills, that's a good sign that the shield war is just going in their favor. Sips T able to really pressure that down. I believe he used the whole hog in that fight as well. Aether with some late ultimates, so the economy actually not too bad, as AYAYA had to use a lot of ultimates on their own there as they start to round the corner in the streets phase.
Yes, as my mic in pronunciation is getting mocked in the chats, I will just disregard it and move on. As we do see AYAYA making a lot of space while we keep Zen on cart here. They pull and grab from Ruby Glyph, not able to do much. Sipsy is going to be able to take out Ruby Glyph as the Immortality Field comes out from Dank Monkey, keeping them flame alive, forcing them to make more space. As they are forcing around the corner. Pikaden's going to wall up, allowing Aether to regroup here. As they are just trying to make space. The amplification matrix is going to come out from Dank Monkey here to try to more secure. The pool's going to come out, but not able to reach anyone as the hold comes out. And then more walls coming up, walls everywhere. As Obi-Wan is going to get that pick on Eternal. Dragons are going to come out from Obi trying to do something, but the Immortality Field is going to stop it.
Yeah, really splitting up the team with those Dragon Strikes. I felt like maybe Aether was in a little bit of trouble, but they're just able to push through. Good stall coming out as they were waiting for the hog on the respawn, but able to hold back AYAYA without using too many ultimates at that last corner of the streets phase. So great hold from Aether.
Yeah, AYAYA was able to get it pushed a long way, keeping the Zen in the background and making space. So really good work from the tanks and DPS there. But they are going to be forced to that reset and then to take the, as you have Xerox taking up on the, not Xerox, Obi-Wan and taking over, trying to get them picked as the poke battle come out. Dragons is going to come out from Xerox as trying to make the push in, but not able to get anyone. Obi-Wan is going to get that pick, but Pika is going to be coming out with that Blizzard as Obi-Wan's getting 2 picks off here, as then there's a team-wise forcing AYAYA to then regroup once again.
Yeah, it's just so hard to respond with the Blizzard without a Zen or, you know, a big defensive ultimate. Pika catches them out all together in front of the tavern, and they're able to clean up. I would like to see Aether hold a little bit closer here. I feel like they can hold at the arch, be a little more aggressive. Holding at this double corner does let AYAYA get in close, and as they're coming up on their own Blizzard, let's see if they're able to punish.
All right, as the bongos do come out, but they're just going to get walled off by Pika, but going to be quickly torn through as the pool comes out from Akemi, or from Night Knight, as the Immortality Field from Dank Monkey being huge there, saving 4 of his team members. As the push from AYAYA comes in, Ronan able to take out Xerox here, but the Dragons is going to come out from Obi, trying to do some work, but not able to get much pick. Blizzard is coming out from Eternal, trying to get that push in, but only able to freeze Ruziglis, but having support from Akemi here to keep Rubicus alive, as it looks like Aether is going to stop this push here slowly. Immortality Field is coming out from Dank Monkey to try to keep this foot, but it is going to look like Aether is going to have to back off, leaving 40 seconds left for this last push. As they are still stalling the point, but they are going to be backing up.
Yeah, it took Eternal just a little too long to build that Blizzard. But wow, only with 2 people on the point, they're able to stay here and keep it from rolling back on AYAYA. I felt like maybe they should be backing off, as now Dank Monkey gets picked off. 1 fight territory here for AYAYA as they make the final push.
Xerox is going to get hooked, but ends right away, as they are going to have Xerox getting nanoed, but then frozen by Pika, and then taken out. Obi-Wan getting 4 picks, 5 picks on Aether, as then comes out with the Dragons again. Huge work there from Obi and the rest of his team. Pika getting that freeze on the nano Xerox, who was looking for his Breath Blossom, quickly taken out, and Obi just getting huge picks there.
Yeah, the difference there for me is what the teams were able to do when they had lost players. Aether was able to make a good hold at the last corner of Streets phase while they were down 1. AYAYA lost a few players and elected to kind of stay in the fight, and they got punished. So they didn't have 6 there for the final fight, and they do get picked off. They try the Nano onto that Reaper, but he's not able to get enough done. A good defensive play from Obi-Wan again on the Mei, kind of shutting down these aggressive pushes from AYAYA.
As they are going to have 5 seconds before the heroes are released for this next fight, to see what AYAYA is going to do for their defense here, as Aether will attempt. No, wait, reverse that. What Aether is going to be doing for the defense, as wait. Okay, I got confused.
Aether on the attack. Aether on the attack.
Aether is on the attack. Aether. So AYAYA is going to attempt the defense as Aether does attempt. Oh Lord, whose sleep starts in heaven, and be thy name. That could make Elf. Okay, Elf be doing some preaching stuff that I would like to avoid to stay out of chat. We don't like to bring religion or anything that could contradict our all-inclusive audience.
Yeah, I feel like especially with the shape of the Aether logo there, we might want to keep religion out of this as they move on the push, swapping off that Bastion, going for kind of an interesting strategy. So bunker tanks and a Widow Genji trying to contest this AYAYA Bastion that they're running once again after so much success with that on Paris.
All right, as we are gonna see, AYAYA do take the hotel. Aether's gonna be taking the hotel approach, trying to work their way around Eternal on that Bastion here. As our chat's being spammed with that preacher. But anyway, Obi trying to get some picks off, but it's gonna get walled off here by Xerox. Trying to protect their Bastion, trying to protect the pick. He's gonna be playing a little farther behind. Eternal is gonna get a pick on Ronan, which could be here. Sipsy's gonna be dropping down with Eternal, and then Immortality Field's coming out, trying to do that hook and not able to get it a follow-up, as Eternal is just doing a lot of damage here on Ruby and the rest of AYAYA, or Aether. Jeez, I can't speak. Obi is going to get that pick on Night Night, though, but it's going to be quickly taken out by Sipsy, as well as it is going to be forcing Aether to back up, as Dank Funky is going to be rezzing Night Night and forcing Aether to reset once again.
Yeah, so Dank Monkey with the Mercy able to reinforce them to full strength. Aether is coming up on a Blade. No Nano just yet. Obi-Wan swapped over to the Junkrat to try and shield break. I'd like to see on the attack. Yeah, here they go. They're hugging the wall so that they're cutting down the angles for this Bastion to really get on them.
Yeah, which is really smart as the tank does come out, but the Blade is going to come out immediately. Ruby going to able to take out McBean. Huge push from Aether here as Eternal is only able to pick out Okemi before being taken out by Obi-Wan. Thankfully getting that res on Night Night as they're still trying to contest. All you have is Dank Monkey now sleeping behind the card as they do a quick slight stall, as you see Aether now taking the point here with now 4 minutes and 25 seconds to take the second point.
Yeah, not sure if that was intentional, but they actually nanoed Obi-Wan on the Junkrat instead of the Genji. He was able to get a lot of damage done, especially on those shields, as the Genji was diving onto them with the Blade activated. So a little unusual, but now they have the Tire coming up, which could do a lot of damage for this very compact defense coming in from AYAYA.
All right, as we do have the Tire come out, able to get that quick pick on Xerox, as the Rubylith is going to pull in Sipsy and get slept, but he's going to be saved by the Immortality Field to be able to allow AYAYA to back up. The Bongos are going to be coming out, and then as Aether is going to be making more picks, Obi-Wan doing huge work on the Junkrat, as the Rubylith is coming out with the whole hog, as the payload closely pushes in to that final decimal, because there's only the second, so there's not a lot to do. We're not going to see even Sipsy switching to the ball to try to get in there to contest, but it's 1 meter remaining. It is going to be Aether taking this second point.
Yeah, and I feel like that was a critical misplay there from AYAYA. They sent Xerox on the Mei in on kind of a flank to look for the Blizzard, when I'm not sure why that's really required. There's no Diva there to eat the Blizzard, so he should just be running in behind his team through the safety of that shield, make sure he gets the Blizzard down to give them a chance in that fight. But instead, he gets picked off by the Tire. They're down 5 or 6 in that fight, and Aether able to push, now up 2-1 heading into Gibraltar.
Yep, and I do want to thank Bacon for 11th month subscribing with his Twitch Prime. Thank you for all your support.
Wow.
Yeah, 11 months, that is a long time. As Widowfaker again spamming, well, not really spamming, but pasting that lovely preach again. And okay, moving on, I am not going to speak about it because they're just going to keep doing it. As we move on to Watch Point Gibraltar, as we give the teams just a quick second, and then waiting for the okays from the team captains, as Aether will be on the defense here, and AYAYA will be doing their potential final attack.
Yeah, interested to see if AYAYA is going to stick with this Bastion defense now that Aether has shown they do have an answer for it. Not quite able to beat it on Paris, but a good response on the second push, sort of figuring out all they really need to do is cut off the angles for the Bastion, and they can pressure the point and make AYAYA respond. I feel like moving into Gibraltar, uh, what we're going to see is a lot of long range heroes that we haven't seen too much of. I don't think we've seen a Widow v Widow battle coming up just yet, and interested to see if that's the way it's heading.
Yeah, I always love getting out those oof counters for when there's a Widow v Widow. But yeah, we are probably gonna, like you're saying, probably see some of those long range heroes. I know Obi-Wan's a really good hit scan, as we can see from his Hanzo. Even though Hanzo is a projectile hero, he does require aim. And
Debatable.
Debatable. Yes.
Debatable.
You throw arrows in a crowd of people and you get a lucky headshot.
All right, so yeah, very interested to see what both teams come up with. I feel like if we're going to see the Bastion again, it wouldn't be too bad on the attack. You just sort of pop the Bastion on point and make them come to you. And definitely interested to see how effective the bunker is on this map. I
Yeah,
feel trying to remember back. I don't know if the Owl teams were sort of running bunker on this. It feels like you're just giving up too much as far as alternate angles. You can really get pressure coming in from everywhere if you get caught out in the open.
yeah. You see, it's not that I don't approve of the Church of Him, but I believe that's 100 bits. I don't do Twitch that much, so thank you for that, Elfie, if those are bits. But I do approve of the Church of Him. I was there that night when it was created. But anyway, back to this. You do, yes, the bunker does give up a lot if you play it up on the first point, because you do see a lot of teams on the attack here play that dive up and then dive in there, and there's a lot of low angles like we saw them do on King's Road. All they got to do is play the wall again, and then they're already forcing up, giving too much. And then with that bunker, then once it's taken out and forced to rotate, it does give up a lot, like you said. But we are now getting into, as we are getting into the potential final map for the evening. We have 30 seconds before we see what the players and teams will be running tonight.
Yeah, so we've definitely been seeing solid support play out of both sides, especially McBean. He's been doing a good job keeping up the dive heroes as they go in on the attack, hitting some good anti-nades as well. Interested to see what the teams roll out here. I feel like there's a lot that sort of can be worked, but dive would be what I'm expecting.
Yeah, thank you. Go ahead and thank you, Ms. Canotics, for 2 months subscribed with Twitch Prime. All the support helps, the more it helps us grow. But yes, we are going to be seeing AYAYA take a dive approach here with running the Ball Diva. So not really a main tank, main shield, but obviously in the past we have been argued Hammond could be a main tank, but there is still not going to be that steady shield. But we are not going to be seeing the Bastion come out from Aether, except for we're going to see Pika on his signature Mei here, and then Obi on his Hanzo. So we do have a lot of potential here from both teams, and we are going to see what they make of it.
All right, so looks like they're setting up the defense up top. So really, the dive here is going to have to clear a lot of room. If they're not able to contest these heroes, they're just going to be able to rain down damage on whoever's trying to push.
Yeah, definitely. As you see, Rubiglyph on the Hawk, not able to, most of the times you see the dive to be able to dive down into as Night Knight just spinning around Obi-Wan getting that early pick on Eternal here. But you do see AYAYA is going to be pushing it down as it gets to the low ground. Night Knight is going to get that pick on Obi, but Pika is going to take out Xerox, as now you have Rubiglyph sleeping up there, being lazy. Rubiglyph lazy, stop being lazy. As we are going to be seeing AYAYA kind of forced to back off. Eternal making a little push in there, trying to disrupt the team, but is going to be taken out by Yixi here, as we do see a hold
Yeah, even all alone here, Pika is able to contest all of these heroes that just do not deal with Mei well on the cart, kind of holding it down on the low ground all by himself.
Sorry, I got some comment there. As we see Night Knight actually come back up, Ronan is going to get that pick on Night Knight, but it does look like AYAYA is able to get 2-3 picks up on as they continue to push the cart, only leaving Akemi and Rubyglyph up there on the high ground with no much room to contest. U.C. is going to be taken out by Eternal, but he's going to be hooked by Rubyglyph and taken out. But we are seeing a steady push coming out from AYAYA, or Aether. No, AYAYA. Again, AYAYA is going to be making that push, but it looks like they are going to be taking this first point here. Pika trying to contest and freeze Night Knight here. Not able to finish him off, though, as Pika's going to get anti and forced to back up a little bit as he waits for the rest of his team. Pablos is going to take that first point, though.
Yeah, I like the swap from Obi-Wan onto the Sombra. I feel like maybe a little too aggressive there, but between the Sombra and the Mei, they should be able to really limit the mobility of some of these heroes. But AYAYA doing a great job sticking together, really pressuring the backline and keeping the heals off of some of these heroes in front as Eternal comes in, pushing away Aether.
As more space is being created, the freeze is going to be coming out from Pika looking to stop, but the Transcendence from McBeanbean is going to come out looking to keep everyone alive as he just hugs Eternal as it's frozen. The pool is going to come out from Night Knight. It's going to be coming out from Okemi and able to take out Eternal as Night Knight is able to get a slam onto Pika as AYAYA is still keeping this push steady strong as they're forcing Aether to split up and kind of like a split comp, having both just Ronan and Yixi off on the lone as you see Xerox now contesting them. Pika trying to, now on the Reaper that I just noticed, trying to contest the payload for that last little 0.6 meter. The Dragons is going to come out from Xerox, but the EMP does come out from Obi-Wan, trying to finish it off. This could still be anyone's fight here, but it does look like to be going in the side of AYAYA as Rubyklyph is doing a final hold with the whole hog here, and Okemi doing this work as he can. Okemi is going to get that pick out Eternal and Rubyklyph taking out Xerox. But it does still look like it's
yeah, normally on the defense you want to kind of regroup, especially against dive. Just having, you know, fewer heroes, they're able to finish people off so quick that the dive will come out ahead. But with the respawn advantage and the hero lineup they have, all these very survivable heroes, the bunker, the Reaper, the Sombra that's able to get away pretty easily, they are able to hold it with, at one point, just Okemi and Ruby on point. So a great job there from Aether to hold the dive from AYAYA.
As we see, so Eternal trying to contest Pika, which is on the high ground, but Pika is going to be able to take out Eternal as Night Knight is going to come out with the mines as the bomb comes out, not able to get any picks, maybe even taking out Roland Life. As AYAYA is going to push, Pika is going to get that nano, but is going to be countered by Trans from McBean as he's just looking to try to get some picks, not able to do much. Able to be quickly countered after that, but Ruby is doing another whole hog, but is going to be slapped and taken out as AYAYA is going to be taking the second point with 3 minutes and 40 seconds to push it all the way.
Yeah, this time without the zoning ultimates available on Aether, I think they should have regrouped and not thrown so much into that fight. AYAYA able to push through with the additional members there on the dive. Now coming up on a Nano Blade to try and take last point. Let's see if Obi-Wan is able to EMP or hack the Genji as he pushes.
That is going to be a full 6-man hack there as Aether is looking to capitalize on this. Rubyglyph and Okemi is going to be putting on, taking out both McBean and Night Knight as they're forcing AYAYA to back up once again. The hook is going to come out and Pika is going to be finishing off Siri as that does force AYAYA. Huge EMP there from Obi-Wan to force, but we do have that Nano Blade coming up from both Xerox and Dang Funky.
Yeah, with the Nano Blade coming up, it's pretty much just on a clutch sleeve stun from Ruby or Pika to try and shut him down.
As the Nano Blade does come out, looking to try to get something, but not able to get much. As they're trying to knock it out, able to take out Obi-Wan, and the meter strike coming out from Eternal, doing more. Night Knight taking out Pika as they push in further. Bongos is going to be coming out from Okemi, but he's going to be immediately taken out by O.C.C afterwards, as the whole team is anti there. Huge work, but not able to do much as it approaches the final thing, trying to contest mines coming out from Night Knight to keep them from coming that way. Huge mines there. Obi taking out Eternal there.
Yeah, and with the bomb coming out for the final zoning, from Sipsty. AYAYA is able to take it. Yeah, the Nano Blade from Xerox, not able to get too many kills, but he just kind of pushed the team away and let the rest of the dive sort of pick off whoever they wanted. So, not going to get play of the game, but still a good use of the Nano Blade there from AYAYA to take Gibraltar. 2:11 left on the clock, a pretty good time as Aether looks to defend. If they are able to win this map, that will close it out.
Yeah, if Aether is able to win and push it to which we will be going to, but at the rate we could be looking at a map 5 potentially, which is a little sad. I'm not saying like I wanted Aether to win, but I wanted to go to sleep at some point tonight. But as we are going to be seeing 4 seconds before the healers are released, and we're able to see what both teams are running here, as we will see Aether running the dive comp here with Pika on his Genji and Okemi. We are going to be seeing a Genji Goats coming out with the 2-2 Warlock not in place. We are going to be seeing the Genji Goats coming out with 3 tanks, 2 supports, and Pika on his Genji as we on the show us kind of what AYAYA is running here.
Yeah, definitely interesting coming out from Aether. I'm not quite sure why they would go for 3 tanks plus Genji. I feel like you need more support for the Genji if you're sort of relying on everything to get it done. I mean, he has the damage boost from Yixi, the Harmony Orb from Ronin that'll give him some health, but if he's the only one diving in, I feel like he's really going to struggle getting kills. And it looks like they may have just been going for the pull, they swap Obi-Wan over.
Yeah, Obi-Wan is running that Eternal Vulture, saying he's going to be pissed if they did run that 3-2-1 with Genji as the only DPS, as they are going to be taking that high ground fight, trying to force them off immediately. No one's really on the payload to get that push going. Sipsy is going to be taking out Pika here, as they are forcing AYAYA to kind of play close ground as they are backing up, trying to get that payload going, keeping Ronin on the card at the end, as they are going to take this fight to the corridor, doing a lot of zoning out. Xerox is going to be immediately taken out from his safety cabin. And then Dank Monkey is going to get that res, however, but it's continued fight going on point, trying to split him up. Okemi is going to get that pick on Dank Monkey here. Obi takes out Big Mimi, which it looks like Aether is going to be doing a good hold here. But as they start to take the fight to the low ground to contest.
Yeah, I feel like they were playing into AYAYA's hands a bit there, just sort of letting the Zen push the card on his own. But that's one of the problems with these low mobility compositions. You're a little inflexible. But Aether is able to get it pushed, and a pretty good time as they start to look for possible stragglers coming out from the spawn.
Yep, as we have the bomb coming out from O.C.C. looking to clear out Aether, but is not going to be able to get any picks. Night getting huge picks as they have 0.64 meters left as the blade does come out from Pika, looking to clean up this point here as the freeze also then comes out from Xerox to stop it. However, you do have Aether able to get a lot of picks, and the freeze not able to do much. Dank Monkey is going to get that rest on Eternal here as they are finding a point, trying to contest. Obi's going to get that pick on Eternal here as the Bongos came out and then immediately destroyed Obi-Wan, making more work on here as AYAYA is looking to still contest as we see more. I'm not even going to say colors because my color is different than everyone else's. Pika is going to get that res on Xerox as Sifty's going to be taken out of Mex. It looks like it is going to take point 1 here with 4 minutes and 15 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, the Blizzard coming out from Xerox, it bought them a little bit of time, but it's so open on that first point that Aether just kind of able to play around it as they move into the hangar phase now, really pushing them far back.
Yeah, as we do see Aether playing a little aggressive, but it is going to cost them at Obi-Wan playing a little bit overextended there. As we are going to take this fight around the corner as the bomb does come out from behind. But the Immortality Field is going to be saving the rest of AYAYA there. The Green Bean is going to get that pick on Ruby as Okemi is coming out with his Primal, getting really low there. Xerox is going to be taking out Ronin. Xerox is doing masterwork, switching over to that Doomfist, able to push AYAYA back, or Aether back.
Yeah, good defensive use of the Immortality Field from the Baptiste on AYAYA. Dank Monkey knowing that if there's something that kills the Immortality Field at the same time it would kill you, you are saved. So able to save himself. Now with the Amplification Matrix ready, they should be able to get a lot of damage done as the dive from Aether tries to move in.
Aether moving in, switching over. If the High Noon is going to be trying to come out, able to pick off Yixi as Ronin coming out with the trance from the Obi-Wan doing more work, able to take out the Immortality Field, and then Tank Monkey right after. Blade is going to be coming out from Pika here, able to get a pick on Eternal, but not much else as McBean using his Kamehameha, able to take out Piki as the Bongos then come out from Night Knight, and Bomb coming out once again, able to try to push Aether back once again. Obi going to be able to take out the Bongos with his Meteor Strike, but not much else as Night Knight quickly picks off Obi-Wan, probably forcing Aether once again to pack off again and regroup with 2 minutes and 30 seconds left on the clock.
Yeah, and it looks like they will be swapping to the Sombra, trying to get a ultimate that can really disrupt everything at once coming in from AYAYA. So I do like that swap. I also like running the Bastion here against Baptiste. One of the great things about running Doomfist against Baptiste is you can push him out of the Immortality Field with the punch. So if you're able to do that, you still get the kill.
As we do see Okami trying to force Dank Monkey right off the high ground, playing the rest of the team as you have AYAYA here taking the high ground. Xerox is going to get that pick on Obi, which is huge here in this final push. Rubiglyph is going to get the pick on Immortality Field as the res is coming out for Obi-Wan. Okami getting that pick on Dank Monkey once again. Yixi coming out with the Valkyrie. You have Xerox coming out with the Meteor Strike, not able to get any picks though, as he is actually able to get off Ronin Life and Eternal picking off Obi, as AYAYA once again is going to be forcing Aether back with 1 minute and 30 seconds to regroup.
All right, but Aether does have Pika coming up on the EMP. We'll be able to disrupt a lot of these defensive abilities, the shield. I'm not sure what they're going to be able to combo with, possibly the bomb. Yeah, we'll see what Aether is able to do. It's starting to get into one-fight territory here if they're not able to get this push pretty soon.
If they are going to push in Xerox, trying to make more space, they're Aether here playing really spread out, knowing that Pika's probably close to that EMP, which he is. He's going to... Eternal's going to be coming out with that High Noon, not able to get any picks, as Rubiglyph is actually able to take Rubiglyph out of his mech. Night Knight's going to take out Ruby as well, finishing him off. Obi-Wan is going to get that pick on Xerox, which is making a lot of space here as the team is anti, but the rest is coming out for Ruby as he's able to get back his mech. 40 seconds remaining as they push in. Trying to really play their fight, planning their ults. Bombs coming in, and the EMP is... There's the EMP, able to take out two Night Knight Eternal again out, but the counter bomb is going to be able to take out Obi here, as they are snitching out the Immortality Field, keeping the supports alive, as Sipsy is backing up to help the supports, as they're going to force Aether back once again, as Xerox is back, taking out Ronin here. Amplification Mason coming out from Dank Monkey, and Meteor Strike now once again coming out from Xerox, trying to finish it off. Rubiglyph taking up on the spaceship, trying to force Okemi off that high ground, as you have Rubiglyph and Yuxi trying to contest, Rubiglyph going out of mech. Obi trying to be the savior with the High Noon, but it's going to get DM'd and shut down by Sipsy. As Rubiglyph is there, Baby D are trying to contest the point as the Bongos is out by Night Knight, finishing up. Rubiglyph coming back in once again and not able to do much as the overtime time exits away. Anyone will be able to stall, and it looks like that will be no. So we are going to be going to 2-2, which means a map 5 here tonight for the Platinum Division, AYAYA versus Aether.
Yeah, and again, as we were saying, one of the interesting things about watching these plat teams is the interesting compositions that you see come out. So I liked what AYAYA was doing there. They ran the Doomfist on the defense, even though they had a bunker and not much to support him. And what he was doing is he was just kind of pushing the tanks away from the bunker when they were coming in. And any opportunity that he had, he was also able to go into the back line. So AYAYA just kind of running a composition that could contest the cart while they let Xerox do his thing on that Doomfist.
All right, so we are going to be, as Triox is going to be determining what will be our final map tonight for the control points. He's going to be taking the teams. They're going to be eliminating the remaining control point maps until there's one remaining. But this has been a close match. What do you think of some of the key players that you see here tonight, Juke?
I feel like in that last map, Xerox did a great job, as well on Paris when he was running the May. A little unfortunate going for that flank blizzard on King's Row, but I mean, when you are a player like this and you have confidence, sometimes you make big plays, sometimes you make mistakes. It's just something that's going to happen. Also, big support play coming from McBean on AYAYA as well. Hitting lots of good anti-nades on the attacks. Lots of smart plays coming in from Obi-Wan on Aether. I feel like he's been solid all night. But really, I haven't been disappointed with anyone's play. I feel like just about everybody has had some times where they were able to get their team over the hump for that next point or that clutch defense. Really seeing a lot of good Overwatch here.
Yeah, it's definitely, especially you rarely do see. We did see both Void and Pro go to map 5 on Thursday, with Void able to take that 5th point victory. But a lot of, especially as we're getting closer to the midseason, a lot of teams are growing, and we see a lot more competitive and kind of like, I guess you could say, stalemate battles where both teams are doing really good on one side and then the other. But we are seeing, I feel, I excel more in the payload style maps, the payload and hybrid. Because I did Kings. No, wait, no, they did Paris. They won. So it actually was back to back. My apologies there. But we do see each team has their kind of specialized maps that they do play on.
Yeah, and
Well,
I feel like the teams are also showing a bit of a tendency to run some different stuff here. Aether has been doing, I think, better on the bunker than the dive so far. I'm a little more impressed with their individual play. Sometimes I'm not so sure of the decisions they're making as a team, but we're seeing lots of clutches coming out from everybody on AYAYA. So yeah, definitely different strengths on the teams, but interested to see. And it looks like they have no still. I don't think anybody's quite sure how the fifth pick CP works.
I think we
There's like
are.
bans.
Yeah, there's a few things, but it will looks like we're banning Oasis and their little picks, and then we are going to be playing Nepal here tonight.
No,
Uh,
they seem very angry about this. I'm not sure. I'm not
I
sure
was
quite
reading
what's
that
going on.
they want to play Nepal after banning Oasis, so we are going to be going to Nepal for our final and our 5th and final match here tonight.
Okay.
To see who will come out on top. Both you have the low. I'm assuming what you said on paper. I haven't looked at them personally. You had Aether coming out at the bottom of the platinum division on paper, and AYAYA near the top. Correct me if I'm wrong.
Aether is second from last. They're 0-2, 1-7 on maps. 404 is at the bottom. 1-11 on maps at 0-3. AYAYA 2-0 at 7-1 in second place under Monarch, who looked
So we
great
are
against Breakers
seeing.
last week.
So we're seeing the mid division teams, like they're not the best and they're not the worst on paper stats, but we are still, which is I think is what probably is allowing for these really good games here tonight.
Yeah, I feel like in an SR locked kind of community like this, it's not too unusual that you'll see, a team near the bottom beat a team near the top or at the top. It's really just a matter of how they grow over the season. So it's great to see, communities like this where they get so much input from their coaches, and you can really see the players develop as it goes on.
We do have 3 seconds before we take on Shrine. I believe this one was called.
This is Village.
Oh, this is Village. My apologies there. I don't even know my own maps. Bench me now. As we are going to be seeing the Reaper May come out from Aether here, and Eternal running his Doomfist here as Xerox on the May. You do see a lot of May on this map. But Pika actually is going to be switching. I don't know. He's switching over to, I think, Aspara now. But we won't really know until they start coming out. But it does look like they are going to be sticking with the Pharah, as Obi is going to be switching over to the May here, as they are now switching in.
Yeah, so both teams running these bunker tanks with the Orisa Hog and the May will just kind of be trying to shut people off on point and basically not get killed. So yeah, Aether will be trying to maneuver the Pharah around somewhere where she can get damage, but they are a little less survivable, so let's see what they're able to do as they contest here.
Yep, as we do see AYAYA take that early cap and wall off of the point, able to get that quick cap. Xerox going to take that pick off of Pika as their Eternals looking to try to push there. The Immortality Field is coming out from Mona trying to keep them alive, but it is going to be AYAYA just going to be capping this first point. Yixi getting that revive on Pixie here as they are trying to quest, but it does look like Eternals kind of splitting them up and kind of as you do have Obi-Wan here in the back line trying to fight that, but if they're tending too much to focus them, could be say Okami pushing in on the point here, but is going to get walled off as they are pushing in. Barrage coming out from Pika really quick, could be the turnaround here for Aether as they are going to start pushing in here, and then it looks like they are going to be, as we do see Pika just pinching off as you have McBean being there on the point, but is going to be taken out after being hooked by Ruby, as Aether here is going to be recapping the point.
Yeah, and a good defensive use of the walls as well from Obi-Wan, kind of separating the coalescence of McBean Bean so he can't get any value out of that. Also seeing a lot of good damage coming out from Pika, but up until he gets the barrage, they really weren't able to pick anybody off. But, you know, once you let that barrage go, it's not too common to see, you know, a team wipe. So let's see as AYAYA starts contesting.
As Eternal is going to get put that the information did come out from Merlin looking like Obi's going to take out Eternal here as Night is picks off Ruby here as the bongos then comes out by Night, and then the freeze comes out once again by Xerox here. Getting 3 picks here. Ruby trying to do his final contest with this whole log, able to kind of push them back, but not able to do much here as Ruby is the only one at the point of 6, as it does look like AYAYA is going to be able to recap here with now 33% and climbing, with AYAYA able to get up to 45%.
Yeah, without a diva to eat the blizzard that was coming in from Xerox, it's just so hard for Aether to cap that point. In such a confined space, you're really going to be able to freeze 2-3 people minimum there. So Aether coming up with their own blizzard, almost another barrage coming in from Pika. Let's see if they're able to quickly take this back.
Yep, as the barrage just come out, able to pick up Knife, but it's quickly take up Bean as the beat comes out, as Obi comes out with his ult, and the Kamehameha coming out, trying to keep the ride loaded, and Obi is going to take out 60 and Eternal, as it does look like AYAYA is still going to be able to hold on to this. No, Aether is still going to be able to try to recap here, as I am seeing more Aether over AYAYA there instead of Colors Lawsuit team, but it is still able to contest. AYAYA getting finally picked off and leaving that point at 81%, as now Aether is at 47 and climbing.
Yeah, AYAYA was not able to hold on to it, but they did a good job surviving. So 81%, that's almost one fight territory there from AYAYA. Unfortunately, they did use a lot of ultimates on the hold as well. Both teams, not too much available, but let's see what Aether's able to do as they use the window. AYAYA just kind of moves around it.
Yep, and able to get on, but the Immortality is going to come out running, trying to keep the time of the Ruby doing its ult, but it's going to get freeze out of it. Then quickly taken out. Pika is able to take out Night out as a freeze comes out from Xerox, looking to clear up the point for AYAYA, able to take out both the supports and just move in as AYAYA using his blizzard once again to able to secure the point for AYAYA, getting really close fight as Aether went on the 81, as AYAYA picks up from the 81 as we now approach 90% and climbing near the one fight territory, as you said, as we see the stall heroes come out from Aether.
Yeah, Aether moving over to some fast heroes to make sure they get their back in time. 97% for AYAYA as they start to move in.
Aether, Eternal's going to quickly pick off Ruby as Pika attempted to get that ult, but not quick enough, as they are going to see Obi trying to contest with his freeze, which could be huge here. Okami getting off point, and this is going to be it. That freeze is going to be able to get Eternal trying to get that freeze, but it's going to be quickly taken out. Only able to take out Obi there as Okami finishes off, as it does look like Aether is going to be able to take it back once again and force another final fight here. Huge
one fight left for AYAYA. They do have the barrier available. Unfortunate that Eternal used the Death Blossom there. I'd like to see that for the final fight. Just trying to win it there on his own. Maybe ill-advised.
Yep, as we are going to see them try to contest the Xerox at 99% now here, as it is going to be anyone's fight here. You do have AYAYA pushing in, trying to force Aether right off the point, which they are now trying to catch the point, as Ruby is trying to contest here with Yixi. Just doing much there, trying to not, but they do have Aether fighting off the point here with Ruby there being the only one contesting. Pixie is going to kill himself there. A little close rocket there, as Xerox is going to be able to take off Ronan. One less support there for Aether. as it does look like AYAYA is going to be able to take back Eternal taking out Okami as McBean takes over. The Rixie is going to get the res on PT, but the Mika is going to get Eternal is Xerox is going to get that meteor strike out as the team kills and AYAYA is able, and after a close fight, take back the point and secure the first point here on Nepal.
Yeah, I feel like Aether was in a bit of a hole with the heroes they had there for that final defense. AYAYA swapping over to the Reaper, really able to get more done than the Pharah, I think. It's kind of a situation where neither one of them are going to be contesting each other because they're just not tooled for it. But I feel like Reaper on that tiny point can just get so much done. So I do like the heroes a bit more coming out from AYAYA as they're able to clean up in a nail biter there as they take it 100 to 99.
All right, guys, stop freaking beating me up in chat. All right, I apologize. My voice is dying and I'm not thinking right now. But as we are gonna get a push out, as we do see Night Knight and run out with both the Orisa Hog combos here coming out. OB is going to be running that Reaper and Pika on that May here, just doing really because Xerox running that Doomfist as Eternals on the McCree. Guard. Okay. Moving on, as we do the fight going on, Xerox is going to be able to take out UC, but Rubiclith is going to take out O.C.C as well. But it does look like Aether or AYAYA is going to be able to get the more picks here as they do start capping the point. Rubiclith is going to get that pick on Xerox, so as Rubiclith taking a breather to try to stall as much as he can with he can do with Okami, as they do fight, it's still pretty even. Night Knight is going to get that pick on Rubiclith though, however, able to now push them off the point. I think Monkey using his boots to push him off. Obi is going to get that little stagger there.
Xerox is just getting so much value on this Doomfist. The May is great as a defensive hero, but unless you're able to wall the Doomfist off for the freeze, he's just going to be able to get out of there. So I really like this composition coming out from AYAYA. Eternal as well, doing a good job on the McCree to kind of fill in the gaps while you have the Doomfist as your other DPS.
Yeah, and Dank definitely was doing a lot of work there as he was pooping and creating the space to keep Pika and Obi-Wan from getting off their these as the walls comes out, but the Kamehameha is coming out from McBean as Eternal does have his high noon ready. Yixi is going to get that pick on TB as the beat comes out from Ronan. Eternal does have that high noon, see if he can get any picks here. Not able to though, however, but as Pika gets Night Knight, Xerox is taking out Yixi as the Meteor Strike comes out from Xerox, able to take out Ronan here as he's looking to try to contest this and take this continue this for AYAYA, which he is going to be able to stall here as Rubiclith, as McBean and Dankmunk are the only ones left on point as Rubiclith does a whole hog here. But you do have Sifty coming back with the rest of the team, probably not a really good use of an ult there as Rubiclith does take a breather. Not really a real point to Casal as he tries to get back his team, but it's going to be quickly taken out by Eternal there as that is going to be forcing Aether to regroup.
Yeah, and that attempt from Rubiclith is really going to cost his team more than it helps. Just staying alive on point, letting himself get staggered. So almost one fight territory here for AYAYA as Xerox continues to do so much work here on the Doomfist. I liked the defensive sort of patient play as they waited out the Deadeye from Eternal, but they're just not able to get enough done to stop Xerox.
As we are in the 85 incline, Pika is going to come out with the Blizzard, attempting to neutralize, replacing it back in the far one of the corners, not able to get much freeze out of there. Obi going to get a huge blossom there, trying to get it. This could be the turning point here as Aether is able to get a team wipe as they are able here to recap.
Yeah, Ronan Life swapping over to the Brigitte to try. Sorry, Brigitte. That's how you
Brigitte, yeah.
Yeah, let's.
Brigitte, yeah.
But I feel like even that can struggle against the Doomfist, unless. The best you can hope for is you stun each other, and then even then he can really bully you, especially this new Brig. So let's see if he's able to do it.
It was to see the Kame and whole hog come out from AYAYA. Xerox is going to get that pick on Yuzi as it gets walled off. Obi is going to get that pick on Xerox as they are going to be final forcing the 5v5 with each one of that. Obi is going to get another pick here on Eternal. Both DPS for AYAYA is down as Zipsy is going to get freeze and taken out by Obi once again. You got you got Night Knight and McBean being kind of forced to back off here as Aether being very aggressive. Rubiclith getting another and using another whole hog to kind of clean up the rest of that fight as they are going to be taking this closer to their spawn as Eternal is going to be taken out by Pika. Now Aether is going to be...
It looks like the plan here is just kind of enable Obi-Wan to do his thing. He already has another Death Blossom after using it just the previous fight, so getting so much damage done. They have the Death Blossom and the Blizzard, so it's going to be very hard for AYAYA to contest here with no defensive ultimate.
As we are getting the percentage 64 on climate, we are going to see AYAYA move in with their barrier, trying to play around, knowing probably Obi-Wan does have, as you have Eternals going around the left side, get stunning, trying to look for that high known here as Xerox goes out with a Meteor Strike, but Pika is going to be taking out both supports here as Ruby and Pika take out both supports, leaving no much. So forcing once again for Aether to back off, which leaves one more team fight as there is 85% and counting for Aether.
Yeah, and in the back line, they're doing a much better job focusing down Xerox now. Good sleep coming out from Yixi as they were able to shut down in the middle of a punch, and then they were just able to make Xerox use that ultimate. Still a lot available for Aether here on the defense.
Yeah. As Obi comes out with the thing, I think Bug is just barely able to get there to Zane. Xerox is going to be able to get that quick pick on Obi though. Huge Night is going to take out Okemi with the bongos here supporting AYAYA here as they are going to push in, and it looks like they are going to be capturing Rubik trying to hold on as much as you can, able to take out Thankling there, but it's going to be quickly taken out by Night Monkey or Night. And then Pika is going to be able to take out Xerox, but Eternal is going to quickly take out Pika at the overtime, and AYAYA comes back with a
big plays coming out from AYAYA there. Aether not able to enable Obi-Wan with that Death Blossom. I feel like he needed a little bit more help on the defensive side. Maybe something like the Mei. I believe she had already, she was kind of split out of the fight, I believe. So not quite able to do it, but a great fight from both teams as Aether goes down 2-3 against AYAYA, but still, what a match.
All right, so it's now that time of the match. Chat, go ahead and populate who you feel diverse player of the match. Juke, what do you got?
I feel like it just has to go to Xerox from AYAYA. He was definitely getting a lot of support from his team, but he was just making so much room and causing such problems in the backline that Aether really had to change how they played entirely to try and deal with him. In the end, it looks like it still wasn't enough.
Yeah, I have to give mine to Okemi. Really close for both times, but I do have to compliment Okemi's tank play tonight. Really well placed on the Orisa. And it looks like chat's not taking the player of the match very seriously as they're doing him. But Okemi did have a lot of good plays tonight. It was really hard for me to pick player of the match tonight because there was a lot of good plays from a lot of different people.
Yeah, absolutely.
And I haven't watched I haven't watched a scrim like this in so long. Let alone have the privilege to narrate this beautiful scrim. As now our chat is being spammed with the prayer again. I just want to remind everyone, if you are new to this community and want to get involved with the community, as a player, you can check out the player application below. If you're like masters and grandmasters or above, feel free to hit up our coach application. We want to do what me and Jukes here tonight, or Triox and Proxy here as working on the stream team. There's a stream team application now. We always love the help and love new people. You get to hang out with me, Jukes, and the rest of the stream team and staff.
What an honor.
Or if you just want to get involved in the community, not really play, we do have a community members role as well. But it has been a mono here for night, and
just wanted to say thanks again so much for having me. If you're looking for any more of my streams or casting, you can find me at Friend Juke on the socials. That's FREND Juke. Thanks again to Amano Yuki for casting with me on play-by-play, Triox for running the lobby, Proxime on production, and everyone from Overwatch Cavalry Club for having these great games.
All right. Everyone have a good night and stay cool.